All right, right on. Coffee Buzz Friday. We got the mugs brewing with Bulletproof Joe. We got Ghee coffee in it. Ghee coffee in it.
Ghee butter.
Ghee butter in it. A ghee butter. What else we got? Oil. We got
we got ghee butter, MCT oil, and some Bulletproof coffee.
and some collagen.
Yeah. I said no thanks to the collagen this time, but
Not me. I care about my joints. I care about my skin. There is collagen. I'll take 5% royalty. So welcome to Coffee Buzz Friday. We're back at it again. We're down in the lab with Dave Williams. He's got the spot fresh to death. Actually, this is a beautiful, I got a picture of you with President Obama over here.
yeah.
So that's going to use, I'm going to use that to my advantage because that picture's on my side of the table. Therefore, I will have the intelligence as we dive into Coffee Buzz Friday. And I'm excited to roll. So we got enthusiastic Nolan Johnson on the mic with us as well. Say hello, Nolan.
Hey, everybody.
There we
There
go.
he is.
The Otter's back in action. Talk about excitement. This guy will pump you up. He is a pre-workout, in my opinion. He's a natural pre-workout.
Yeah.
So that's what he is. So we got the G. He's got the enthusiasm. Nolan, let's start it ripping. We got 5 minutes. You guys know the drill. 5 minutes. I got the clock in front of me, and here we go.
Here we
Cheers. Start off, Noel.
Okay. Does anonymity encourage people to misbehave, or does it reveal how people would choose to act all the time?
5 minutes. Go.
Good question. So say it again.
Does
Sorry.
anonymity encourage people to misbehave, or does it reveal how they would choose to act all the time?
Can we get a definition on the first word?
Anonymity?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Being anonymous?
Wait, yeah, say that again.
Did I say it right?
No, you said it right. I just want to see how many
Now
times you
you're
can say it
nervous.
correct.
Nah, I'm nervous. I'm freaking out.
Oh, that's
yeah.
what.
Yeah. I'm just avoiding saying it because I'm going to screw it up.
Yeah, so anonymous, that's why we're going to go with the
Yeah.
synonym here.
Yeah.
So we got anonymous activity, is that what you're asking?
Yes.
So say it again, anonymous activity, what?
Does that encourage people to misbehave, or does it show how they would really act?
So that's essentially what we're doing on Coffee Buzz,
Yeah.
right? So we're anonymously,
Nailed it.
there we go, answering questions. Does that how they behave? So I would have to suggest that most of that your actions come from the values that you subconsciously have within you, right? So we're already acting out of our subconscious more times than not. Mm-hmm. So realistically, it's more of, that's why like meditation's so awesome, right?
Yeah.
Or reflection is so great because you can dive into your most common reaction or common choices and then navigate through those to make positive choices or reactions in the future. So I think that immediately we respond to it's like, what's that quote of you never rise to the level of competition, you rise to the level of preparation?
Yeah.
Is that what that is? Yeah.
Yeah. You fall to the level
Fall to
of
the
your
level.
systems. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that's kind of my immediate thought to that question.
Yeah. And I think that's important because you fall to the level of your systems because there has to be a level of socialization though. Mm-hmm. Right? You have because I need to care what you think about me. Like I need society's help in corralling my behavior because if I'm all alone and it's just me and there's no consequences, well then I'm going to push the line a little bit more. I mean, just look at like YouTube comments.
Yeah.
Or like you ever been around remember in kindergarten when somebody would shut the lights off and the kids just go bananas, right? Because it's dark and nobody knows who's screaming and you just go, ah, right? So I would say a level of being anonymous almost allows for non-pro-social behavior, so, but if you know it's me, well then now I sort of got to protect my reputation and that keeps me in line. Right,
That doesn't allow you to be anonymous.
It doesn't allow, yeah. So by not being anonymous,
Nice.
now I have to be careful because there's consequences for my behavior. So we need to so there's a certain level of socialization that needs to happen because if we're just anonymous, well then that sort of I guess supports the being malevolent.
Wouldn't that be the concept of discipline too? Because discipline becomes more important as you get older, and you almost want it. You invite discipline into your life,
Yeah.
because of that, right? Well, so would that be past experiences? Now they can flip the lights off on us right now, and I would just go, dude, turn the lights back on,
Right.
Unless I was unless we're in a haunted house, and I'd be scared. But you'd have to raise the game of the anonymous decision at this point as you get older.
Right. But at the same time, like if we hid our identity and did a podcast, right, we would be more willing to say more destructive things because nobody knows it's us.
Ooh, okay. So like here?
Yeah.
So go more into that.
So like, I mean, our names are all over this, right? This is, you're in my house right now, but if we had masks on and we created a new Instagram account and we called it something different, we'd be more willing to push the edge, and say our true beliefs,
Yes.
our true darkest, deepest secrets of hate and disgrace and judgment, than we would be right now because there's a less likely chance of repercussion.
It's kind of like when those TV shows when they show like the gangs and stuff, and then they blur out the guy's face, and they change his voice, and then they kind of share the stories.
Right.
That's kind of exactly what you're saying, where we could just go deep into it. So is these our actual thoughts? You have 30 seconds left. Is this actually what we're thinking? Are we anonymously answering right now, or are we playing to the camera?
So I think part of being a human being is aligning with all the voices inside of you and then knowing how to move forward effectively.
Using the best voice at that time for the time being.
Yes, because if you don't make friends with the shadow, it's going to come up subconsciously.
Beautiful. Next question. Go ahead. Too easy.
All right. Do humans have free will?
Oh, man.
Do humans have free will? Ready? 5 minutes. Do humans have free will? Do humans have free will?
I love to believe that we do.
You'd want to believe that we do.
Yes. I think it's the most effective thing to believe that we do and that other people do.
Why is that?
Because just look at how you treat people when they don't have free will, right? One of the biggest motivators is autonomy. Right, the idea that I have my own agency and I have control over my destiny. Right, that is one of the most motivating things ever. Right, is freedom to choose my own destiny.
Yeah,
and so even if I don't have a perceived level of autonomy, then I go crazy. Right.
See, like free will of your computer right now is jacking you up.
Right. Yeah.
So you took you off your autonomy.
Maybe, right?
Now you're back.
But now I'm back. Now, but if that's why nobody likes being told what to do, right? If I tell you what to do, well, then now you got to do it because of me, not because of it's your choice, right? The most motivating thing is to give somebody a choice and allow them to take it.
So what if you give somebody free will within a company and they don't do a good job?
Well, then that's okay, right? Because well, what do you want that person to do? Do you want them to do a decent job with no choice, or do you want them to be creative and ultimately, it's a short-term, long-term game right there?
Well,
does that make sense?
Yeah, I look at it as why on college athletic teams the seniors figure out that they would rather have more effective choices and free will their senior year. They want it from coaches. They want the freedom to not have to pick up at practice. They want the what is it called? I'm drawing a blank. When you're older, you have
seniority.
Yeah, seniority. When you have seniority, so you want all that, but then yet you'll request the same amount of passion and belief in the tradition from the freshmen. So but they don't have that.
Right. So
now you have different choices, but you'll demand that from younger athletes.
Right, but there's a certain level of I don't want to say falling into line, but there's a certain level of discipline that allows for that freedom. Right?
Yeah, but you're making it, but so I guess I'm still stumped on the thought of, do people have to have direction, and if it goes against their free will, is it effective?
So I guess the direction at their own free will is the best, right? If they're going to go into a direction, you want them to choose that direction. The free will comes before that discipline, not after.
Yeah, because why do teachers want us all to do homework, but I don't want to do homework?
Right.
Why would I want to do the dishes?
Well, you gotta figure out why you would want to.
So why would I want to?
That's up to you to decide.
And then, but I would answer that as I want to live in a clean house.
Right.
So now my choice
So
is
now-
to do the dishes.
now it's your choice.
So now there's some importance behind the dishes. I don't want us to agree because I want to disagree with you for 5 minutes, but we're going to start agreeing if we
Yeah.
go down this line.
Right. But at the same time, like I have to make you do the dishes in order for you to see the importance. And then once you see the importance, then you may choose.
So in a minute and a half, we have to decide through this.
Yes.
As a parent, you make your kids do the dishes
I'm going to make him do that
because
against his will.
So now he's got
So he sees the value, and hopefully he can choose that later on.
So would you argue that you need to start against your will to understand your will, and as you get older, then you've earned seniority to be free will?
I would say it's the process of growth. I need to be forced to do something sometimes to see the value. Once I see the value or the lack of value, then I can use my free will to continue to choose to do that or choose not to do that.
So then free will should not be 100% of our lives.
Yes, it should be because that's what allows us to choose what to do.
So then your little Dave goes, no, I'm not doing the dishes. I have free will. What do you got for me now?
Not
Dad?
in my house, son.
Oh, so now we're battling. Now we're
Yeah.
debating. So now if I were 4 years old, I would pack my backpack with my Ninja Turtles backpack, and I'd get on my bike with the pegs on the side, and I'd be off into the sunset because that's my free will.
Right, and then you get a block down the road and get hungry and come back.
And decide my free will is go back.
Exactly.
And, make the
And then you would decide, you know what, it's pretty tough out here with just my free will.
So our free will is to make choices to live in an ecosystem and obey the tribe to advance in the process of growth.
But also have a sense of self, right? I'm my own unique thing. Like that's motivating.
Very good. That was 509. We'll go deeper into that off the mic. Go.
Nice.
No, next one.
What is more valuable, intelligence or wisdom?
Intelligence or wisdom's ready. Go.
Okay, we need to get on an even ground of what's the difference between intelligence and wisdom.
So this one's not, I shouldn't say it's easy for me. I just have had a conversation about this within the last week or so. So I would look at intelligence as knowledge and wisdom as experience. So that's how I'm going to define it. Is that the even playing field we want to go on?
Yeah, I can go forward with that.
So now I look at that is why as a coach, the quicker you get into coaching roles, mentorship, leadership, teaching, parenting, you need to decrease the autobiography, because the autobiography is wisdom, which and over time makes you sound very foolish to continuously push wisdom onto people. Because no matter what, your experience in life is not my experience. Mm-hmm. So I can hear your story and I can draw. It's a reason why movies are fun. An emotional movie or wisdom movie is fun to watch once. You lose the emotional tie in the 5th time. I'm done crying to Armageddon the 10th time, but I cry the first time, right? Because I can feel the emotion, the wisdom, the experience, all that stuff.
Yes.
But where knowledge, in this example being intelligence, I can actually take knowledge. So in mentorship, leadership, parentship, whatever it is, now all of a sudden, if I'm underneath you or I'm learning from you, I need intelligence or knowledge to actually put into my toolbox to give me the ability to understand, experience much more, to give myself my own sense of wisdom.
So you're saying intelligence would be more beneficial for you than somebody else's wisdom.
Intelligence would be more tangible, is how I
right.
take
Okay.
that
So then my question is, how do you get the intelligence?
through wisdom.
Yeah. Right. So then what? So then,
but you can't. But that's why I'm saying decrease the autobiography. So
right.
you can't constantly put yourself in front of people and just keep pushing wisdom, like pushing your wisdom.
Or is it continuing to write the autobiography?
Yeah, but not. You have to. We all have to.
Yeah,
right. It's all our own story. But within that story, you should be attracting intelligence. You should be grabbing nuggets of knowledge.
But where do you get that intelligence from?
From experience.
From experience.
Right.
Right. So the question was, what's more important?
Yeah, valuable.
What's more valuable? So then it would be wisdom, because it'd be experience. Because how do we get intelligence? Is I go out there and fail, and then now I go, okay, this was intelligent, this wasn't intelligence based on my experience. So then now
Is failure intelligence or wisdom? I would categorize failure as wisdom. That's because it's win
experience,
or a lesson, right?
For sure, yeah.
So I would categorize that as so. But I'm saying, I guess how I would say this, and not to talk louder and try to win.
Yeah.
It's more of, I would say, wisdom is personally more valuable for you, where intelligence is more valuable from your aspect to give. Like
right.
The intelligence is for the group, wisdom is for yourself.
Right.
And so the value, I don't think there's a right or wrong on how they are for all together, the whole ecosystem. I would just more think of it as, you need to create wisdom for the valuableness of your own life. You need to create intelligence for the gift to others' lives.
Yeah, for sure. Like, I need to go out and have my own experience, but then share it with you, and that's how we create intelligence.
Right.
Right? Because I don't know if my experience is wise, right? Mm-hmm. Until you and I talk about it and figure out what is more intelligent, how you did it or how I did it.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, look at it as, we have a minute 10 here, so we can keep getting deeper.
Yeah.
Look at it as breath work. If I only went out and coached breath work, if you come to me for breath work or meditation or any sort of things in that realm of world, if I just, every time you came and I sat you down and said, this is why I breathe, let me give you through the last 10 years of my wisdom and experience where breath work has helped me and enhanced me. And then here's how you're going to do it. Just breathe in and out, and that's go.
Right.
But more so, I can now, the intelligence, the need, and the wisdom experience of my own journey of breathwork has driven me down a rabbit hole of knowledge.
Right.
So now I can actually teach you and show you what's happening in your body. Why would you want to do it, and then how to do it.
But then that's the intelligence, is the breathing protocol.
Mm-hmm.
But then the wisdom is, how do I effectively pull that into my life?
Yes.
Right. What actually works for me, and how to wisely use that intelligence.
But don't we always say you have to figure out what works for you?
Exactly, and that's wisdom.
So it's your wisdom.
My wisdom.
So it comes back to, wisdom is yours.
Exactly.
Intelligence is the people's.
Exactly.
Oh, that was 5 minutes.
I love it. So wisdom for sure.
Cool.
Intelligence for sure. Go ahead.
All right. Does the law of attraction exist?
Oh, good one. Law of attraction exists. 5 minutes ago. Does a law of attraction exist? This is, I believe, my immediate answer to that is yes. But I also think that's scary to live in that, to live on that hard yes. I think that it's like the movie, it's like Wedding Crashers, where he gets caught by his love and she goes, is it true? And he goes, well, and she goes, is it true? He goes, with shades of gray. You know, that's what I think law of attraction is, with shades of gray. I think it's true with shades of gray, because if you sit around and just think that you can attract everything to you, and it doesn't, it can be very bad, very negative for you. Mm-hmm. Whereas law of attraction more so is just the feel for your atmosphere that you're in. That's how I would attract it as, like, I want to attract happiness. Well, then I need to focus on being happy. I want joy, fulfillment. I need to focus on those things. That needs to attract, those staples and foundations need to be attracted into my arsenal of movement and thoughts. But that doesn't mean that the world is just going to give me happiness. It doesn't mean that just because I feel like, hey, Dave, law of attraction today, I'm writing down happy, that's that. That does not mean that things bad are never going to happen to me. So, and human existence has proven that'll happen. There's going to be something bad that happens in your life.
Right. So yeah, I agree. So I think, like, if I want a Lamborghini, right, just sitting there and trying to put that in my head, I don't think the universe is going to drive that Lamborghini up my driveway.
Correct.
But I will not get that Lamborghini if I don't keep it in my focus.
Is it the Lamborghini, or is it the image of the Lamborghini? Like the like $1 million. If you are attracting $1 million, well, why would you want $1 million? Why do you want a Lamborghini? Do you want the Lamborghini for self-worth, for imagery, for validation?
Yeah.
But then what if the Lamborghini comes to you in a different form? What if all those things come to you somewhere else? What if you're attracting $1 million, you never get $1 million, but you get what you thought would come with $1 million? Freedom, joy, peace. You know, because we all think money gets us out of everything.
But at the same time, $1 million would give me a certain level of freedom, right? Or perceived freedom and perceived joy.
So what are those things?
What do you mean?
What does $1 million give you of freedom or perceived joy, you said?
Because then I can do more exciting things. I can jump out of a plane. I can get new experiences. I can get more wisdom.
So is that because I don't have any, I do want to jump out of a plane. A year ago, I would have told you no to that, so that's a hard one. But let's go on the aspect of a year ago, Harvey.
Yeah.
Let's say I don't want to jump out of a plane.
Then that's okay.
So now what if I look at $1 million doesn't give me those things? I guess I'd go back to the personal.
Right. So the law of attraction is if I focus on, I only attract what's inside of me, right?
Right.
Right. So if I'm being negative, then I attract negativity. If I have negativity inside of me, then and I absolutely believe that. Okay,
then it's in there.
Yeah. So there's a couple explanations. Is it woo woo? Like, I send it out in the universe and the energy changes and the universe wants to deliver what I have, or does it affect my reticular activating system and then I start to my filtration system only picks up opportunities that bring me towards that. So the opportunities might have been there, but now I've given my brain a focus and I've primed myself towards the Lamborghini, and so my brain now is filtering through and just only showing the steps to get that Lamborghini.
But the steps is extremely important for your wisdom. So you do want to attract, you do want to have some sort of law of attraction filtering into your body,
right,
into your brain.
And so that's what I'm saying is just because I envision it doesn't guarantee it's going to show up.
Right.
But if I don't focus on it,
then there is no shot.
Then there is no chance. It's kind of like in between. Right? It's in between somewhere, right?
Yeah, it is. And I know that the law of attraction is more theory based, but there is a lot of there is science and validity behind a lot of stuff that our body does to knock off goal setting or visions or those sort of things. I mean, dopamine's a real thing
for sure.
So if you can nail certain things, your serotonin levels, all those things, if you can attract and understand that the biology of your body does respond according to what you're attracting.
Yeah.
To a scientific, there is stuff behind that. Law of attraction just has more, the question is more theory than science based.
Yep. I agree.
That was 5.
Yeah. That was good.
That was really good. I like that.
Thanks, Nolan.
Thanks, Nolan.
What is the most impressive professional sports record?
5 minutes, go. Most impressive professional sports record. Oh man, is there examples of what those are?
So I would say like Cal Ripken's consecutive game streak, or Brett Favre's or Babe Ruth's home run record. What's the most impressive in all sports?
That's okay. So now that narrows it down a little bit for me. I was thinking more like if you go undefeated, like the Dolphins and
we can say that.
All went undefeated? The Dolphins went undefeated.
Just the Dolphins.
That's it.
Wasn't there
the Patriots lost in the Super Bowl.
Oh wow. Okay, so that alone shows you tons of opportunity that obviously is not going to happen very often. Like the Bulls had like a ridiculous record. Would they go like 72-10 when we were kids? Remember that back in the day with Michael Jordan and stuff, which is ridiculous. But then Golden State did some ridiculous things too. So maybe those team ones are a little crazy. I think, man, that's a good question. I'm trying to think. I do think that the consistency of play. Was your computer giving you?
Yeah, I think it died. But anyways, go ahead.
I think the consistency, like the Cal Ripken Jr. thing, I think that those records are pretty gnarly. Like those ones are the consistency of specific athletes, because as like Barry Bonds hits he hit 73 home runs.
Yeah.
And the reason why I think that is crazy is because as a team, at least you can handle or navigate through pressure in a unit. Whereas an individual, like when Barry Bonds gets to 50 home runs, I mean, everyone is there watching you. It's talked about everywhere. The game isn't even about the game anymore. It's about Barry Bonds. Like Cal Ripken, it ultimately just becomes, is Cal Ripken going to play? So I think that I just always think we're stronger in packs, right? So I think the team ones are impressive. But I do think that in very certain situations, individual records of consecutive home runs or Super Bowls or Cal Ripken's Ironman playing all those games, over 2,000 games or so, I think those are hits records, like Joe DiMaggio type stuff. I think those are the more impressive ones as individuals over teams.
I would say the teams are more impressive.
Why is that?
because it's more difficult to like maintain that amount of people to be that consistent, right? Like Barry Bonds is just he's going to be consistent. We can count on him, right? But can we get other people to be that consistent over a longer period of time?
But don't you think if that, like, let's look at like Alabama football, right, or the Patriots.
I was going to say the Patriots.
So, but if those people are in there, there's no way that Bill Belichick has been, and maybe he has. Bill, if you want to give me a call, just let me know if you need to talk about it.
Shoot us a text.
But So, or send an email in. But like you have to be the Pats, and like Tom Brady he's had to have had bad games or been sick or not feeling well, and there's still enough people in that culture where you can rely on them to help you. So like the every week game, the culture of an individual team can still, at least you can push it off to somebody else. Barry Bonds had to do all that by himself.
But he did it 1 year. Like Tom Brady and Bill Belichick won with a plethora of people, like different teams, different people, and they still stayed at like a highly consistent level. Right. Like they've continued to find ways to be consistent and reach the Super Bowl when they went undefeated, and also when they didn't go undefeated, right? When they lost 4 or 5 games, right? So they've consistently found a way, and I don't know how many Super Bowls do they win, right? What are they
5,
like?
Right?
Yeah, they're like
5 or 6.
Yeah, they're like 5 and 4.
They
they're like 5 and 3 or something like that.
Yeah, something crazy, like 5 out of 7 years or something like that.
Yeah, to me that's insane because Barry Bonds can have a good year, right? And big deal.
But
that's
did
1
hit
year.
70 home runs a season, is what you're saying.
Yeah, right. But that's one season. And did they win the World Series?
They didn't.
They didn't. Right? No.
Yeah.
And so that's the idea is like, but Tom Brady and Bill Belichick, they've won 5 Super Bowls with different people over longer than a decade. They've chased that excellence like at a higher level. And to me, that's more impressive.
So in 30 seconds, what is more impressive to the fan base? What is more entertaining, individual or teams?
Teams.
Because it brings together a bunch of people.
For sure. Yeah.
Like, think how cool it would be to like be at the Oakland A's game when they were chasing the most consecutive wins record.
Yeah.
That would have been cool.
Yeah, it would have been cool.
It would have been cool. But yeah.
There we go. That's 5.
That's 5. Good job.
That's 5. Wow, that was quick.
Is that it? Was that all of them?
That's 5.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Oh, man.
Man, it goes way smoother when we have the clock and Nolan's not doing all this weird crap over there.
Yeah, it does go way smoother. Well, there's just more direction, and that you could go to teams there. And
I think,
the direction. And we had to navigate through our team and realize that we're probably Tom Brady and Bill Belichick
right here. Yep, and we can do it with
Nolan,
any.
Nolan's that guy that was messing with the balls in the deflate gate.
Right,
he's the guy that throws the balls into the bucket.
Right, he's the guy that takes the fall and just trying to go get screwy around over there. And look at how things went. They went smoother. They went crisper.
And it's about consistency.
It's about consistency. That's what I'm saying. This team could win no matter who's over there.
Yeah.
Right? Like we could
just keep me around.
And that's the most impressive thing.
Absolutely.
Right?
And that's why the coffee stays hot. We brew the coffee, we do the sipping, we do the talking, we do the thinking.
Exactly.
Thanks a lot, Noel. Press stop.
He shut the camera off. Yeah. He's had enough.
Cheers.
All right.